modern society, the future is a stressful subject. The Earth is warming at an unstoppable rate, a virus is ravaging the world, and international tensions are ever present. This brings me to wonder, how will we survive in the future? And as an artist, that question turns into, what will we look like in the future? Partnered with Dr. Devon and the Anatomy Labs at Oregon State University, we researched how humans could change further. Using cadavers as a primary source, researchers met twice a week to study current human anatomy and create humanoid tangents that could exist in a new world. After 17 weeks, 2 models were conceived and drawn. For humanoid 1, we wondered, what if global warming forced us into an aquatic environment? For humanoid 2, we questioned what would happen if technology permitted agency over the unconscious. In our first humanoid, changes to the Earth forced them into an aquatic environment. Cultivation of crops and cattle are impossible, and energy sources for technology have become so unstable that technology is obsolete. These aquatic humanoids maintain their lungs as a respiration method by using a blowhole-like structure to breathe. Their skin becomes dense to keep in body heat and protect from UV rays penetrating the ocean. The joint between the base of the skull and the spinal column rotates to a more horizontal position, and the rib cage increases in capacity to allow for long-term dives. For mobility, adaptations include broadened shoulders and increased muscle mass and action of the upper body. Digits 3 through 5 become more webbed and have less bone density and muscle mass. In the lower body, the calcaneus elongates to form a sort of rudder, and the femur becomes shorter and dense. In our second model, the adapted traits come from societal pressures rather than environmental. Humanoid 2 lives on Earth about 100 years in the future and uses technology to control conscious and unconscious life functions. Implants in the brain and a pacemaker for the heart allow for this agency. For increased performance in the short term, users dial into a fight-or-flight state via a hypothalamic implant. To regain lost energy, nutrients are condensed into a cube for efficient but unpleasant consumption. However, when ingested, it triggers an implant in the amygdala, inducing euphoria. To recover, users dial into a restful state in which digestive function is increased. In this painting, which is drawn from the Anatomy Lab donor's brain, researchers envisioned implants in the hypothalamus and amygdala. Their location is highlighted here. In this model, thicker cortical gray matter comes as a response to implant use. In this humanoid, their adaptations aren't heritable evolution because their traits are adapted from use. In the heart, the pacemaker's wires attach to 3 separate locations. This enables control over heart rate and cardiac contractility to match blood flow through the body to the user's dialed-in state. As a way of evaluating our models, the project was shared with 8 evolutionary biologists, and we received 7 replies. In humanoid 1, the biologists recognized the intended pressures that influenced its evolution. The time frame was considered to be too long for these adaptations. They found it somewhat likely. In humanoid 2, 7 out of 7 recognized the tangent's ability to control conscious and unconscious life functions. They also recognized societal competition as the driving force of these adaptations. This model was seen as highly likely. From this research project, the project team gained a better understanding of human anatomy and what potentially impacts human evolution. Using the feedback, the project team will consider additional pressures influencing human evolution. I would like to thank the donors who allowed me to study their anatomies, the biologists that engaged with my project, and Dr. Devon. Thank you.